Hi all you beautiful people, and Happy New Year. This is the first day of the year, and I want to thank you for all your wonderful, wonderful comments. It was very special because I was thinking what is really going to happen. That's very much how I'm living at the moment, one day at a time, and what is to be in the new year. Because I like to, as you probably have worked out, I like to keep things fresh, and it's good to start new things sometimes or often, change your ways. So I wasn't sure whether we should do a Sunday Shining, but I have a feeling we should continue because there's just something really good about it. So I thought, what am I going to share? Because we've really talked about everything we need to know, and it's all about really bringing it into our lives now, practicing all this. So I thought I'll ask you what you think. And it is very wonderful because on the internet there's many of those live videos where people are writing while people are on the screen. I've tried that a couple of times where you write to me while I'm on the screen, but really it's I think this is much nicer because you really get to share what you are interested in, and I have the time to read it and reflect on it, and it just is much deeper. So all the quick communicating back and forth can become very superficial, and as you know, this channel is all about going into the depths and really sensing what is it that really is important for me, what is it that is really important for you. And that's really our starting point. That's really our focus point all the time. So it's not some quick message, bang, 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 bang. It's taking the time to reflect, go deeper, sense how do I feel, what feels right for me, what do I really want. And so it was very wonderful that I did this, and that you wrote back and just told me how you feel. And one of you wrote, just hearing my voice is fine. And I mean, that's wonderful. And some of you wrote that you want to hear more about my practical life. And these videos are not really about my practical life because it is spirituality. So there is not much about that. And the other channel I have, the first channel, is more about the animals and food and these things. So since you asked, I will make a video about my practical life and maybe put it on the other channel, because people on the other channel, many people don't understand English very well and they love to see the animals, and so I might do that. But I have a feeling that most of you are subscribing to both, so you get to see when I put a video on the other channel. So this is going to be more about spirituality, this video. Another Sunday Shining. The first one of this year, 2021. And it was wonderful also to read how some of you need these videos or benefit from them, so they are helpful for you in your life. And that is, as I have said before, very much what I feel is most needed right now. It's my main chore is not to teach you how to keep a cow and how to build a house. Not that I know very much about it. at all. I'm just, yeah, learning as I go. And my main chore is really spirituality, as I see it, and sharing with you how we can be humans in a new way, which is really not new. It's just original. So we've been off track, and we're coming. It's a way of putting it. We're coming back, back on track, or yeah, really, we are coming back on track to what is true. We've been off. We've been really, really off. So coming back to our original self. That's what this is all about, and that is the only important thing right now. So, and as I was thinking the other day, because I've had a lot of time off because the church is closed. You can you can go into the church, but there's no services other than funerals. We're doing funerals, but there's not so many. So I've had a lot of time off, and just going back around thinking about this situation with the coronavirus and all the changes that are happening on the earth. And as I've said before, and I just think it's good to mention it again, did we really want the life that we had before the coronavirus? Did we want that to continue? And did we imagine that the earth would tolerate us behaving like that? How could we imagine with our common sense that we could keep becoming more and more people on earth who use more and more resources in a very destructive way? So there's many ways we can see this situation, but that way of seeing it and just going back and asking ourselves, was that life that I had, was that something I really wished to continue? And I think for most people, if you ask in the depth of your being, the answer is no. You want to change. But for people who are not awakening, they want it all to go back to as it was before. Because although they were very unhappy, which they might not have really been able to feel, just the fact that it's taken away from them makes them want to have it again. But the way we were living, and we have been living for the last 200 years especially, is total destruction of our own world. The way that we humans were getting our food, moving around in cars, traveling around in aeroplanes, producing extremely toxic things, and producing so much that much more than we needed in any way, and throwing most of it out because it wasn't being sold, and all this plus becoming more and more unhealthy in body, mind and soul. We were taking ourselves and each other out over a cliff. And the earth is an organism. It's a living, conscious organism. And apparently the earth is awakening. So the earth, as I was saying in the video about killing animals, every single part of creation, whether it's a star, whether it's my cup of tea, whether it's the earth herself, the earth, have a drink. It's all consciousness. It's all some sort of, it's God manifesting. So the earth is a being that is like you are a being and I am a being, and we are in this form which is very, very short-lived. The human life is very short. So when we leave this body, we will sense how short it was. But the earth is much older, and she, we call it a she because it has a feminine nature, She has her own journey, and she has chosen, I mean, it sounds it's difficult for us to understand how she could choose anything, but she's conscious, and she has gone into this realm, the physical realm, as a planet, as this earth that we know. And she has chosen her life. And we are a part of her as well as being a part of spirit, as she is. It's all spirit and it's all matter. And the earth, the way that we humans have been destroying the earth and living on the earth in a non-sustainable, destructive, ego-dominated way, was something the earth chose to go through. It's like a human being having parasites, living a life, or choosing a very low vibration where you live in a very unhealthy way and you're full of parasites that are eating you up. It's the same situation. We were the parasites eating up the earth. And the earth wanted to shift and come out of this because she didn't need that situation anymore. So she chose to, and that was probably in her, it was before she was created in physical matter, it was her life plan. But as I've said before, our life plan can be changed along the way. But she has chosen, either before she came into existence, or as she realized, these humans are killing me and I won't be able to continue. So what do? I lift my vibration. And just like us humans, we are really a little tiny mirror of all of creation. All of the galaxies, everything is really in us. And everything can be seen, we can see everything as mirroring each other. So it's just like a human being. The earth is just like a human being that has been in a very low vibration, allowing all this insult, being abused, like a human being, allowing her husband to abuse her, her father to whatever, abuse, and living on a very low vibration where there's enormous in negativity. And it is really negativity towards ourselves that attracts all this bad stuff. And how do we move away from that lifestyle? We lift our vibration. We let it go, as I've said so many times before. Instead of saying, okay, how do I get rid of that parasite and how do I get rid of that person in my life? The easiest way is to just lift your vibration up. And how do we do that? We do that with our consciousness, by realizing, okay, the life I was living before, on some level of my being, I allowed that to happen. And I got caught by this negativity and this destruction. And now I'm going to lift myself out of it. And the very first step is to realize what's going on. Okay, I'm in this situation full of parasites, full of people who hate me, whatever, full of all these problems in my life. I feel like I'm being eaten up, and now I'm going to lift myself out of this. And how do I do that? Well, by inviting in love. The only way to stay in a low vibration is to stay in a lack of love. And how do we invite the love into our lives? Do we go and put an ad in the paper and try to find someone to love us? Go to someone and complain about our lives so that they might love us? Do we go and get some sickness so that people are going to see us, how sick we are, and feel sorry for us? No. That's the old style. We realize that we are the love. And the only reason why our life was not full of love and was on this very low vibration was because we didn't allow the love to shine out of us. We didn't connect with all the love in us. And all the love in us is telling us that we are love, we are loved, and we are the lovers. We came to bring the love and be in the love. So it is really flipping the switch, just realizing, oh, okay, I can just step up, step out of this and into what is real. And that's what's so fascinating. We think we're stepping into we're stepping into reality. The more we step into love, the more we step into reality. And how do we know this? We know this, that when you lift yourself up out of bad things in your life, you feel more at home. That's the way we realize, oh, okay, this is more real than what I was before. I was in a foreign place. I was in a place that was not real, that was not true to me. So this is what the earth is doing. She is lifting herself out, and what happens when you lift your vibration? The parasites, they run away. The people who are abusing you leave because they can't, or they will lift their vibration too, and they will stop abusing because they will realize that when you abuse another person, you're really abusing yourself. It's one big self-destruction. When you're doing something to someone else, you're really doing it to yourself, and you're just creating more pain. So we instantaneously change our lives when we lift our vibration. So this is what the earth is doing, and therefore every person, and it's especially humans, because all of nature has lifted their vibration too. They are in the 5th dimension already. They are enlightened with the earth. So it's really just the humans that will be cleansed away, and I don't know how it's going to happen. I just know it's going to happen. That the people who hold on to their old ways and the negativity and the destruction of the earth, the destruction of themselves, they will fall off. I mean, they won't be able to live on earth, because it just does not. It's like oil and water. It can't mix. So they will leave. And this is so wonderful. So the you can call it the coronavirus is a problem, but it really wasn't. The problem was here a long time before the coronavirus, and the problem was really, you can say it was humans. You can also say it was the human lie. It was the human darkness. We were destroying everything. And so something had to happen. And the people who are staying in the darkness say, oh, this is the problem now. No. The problem was there before. That was us, our way of being. And so something had to happen, and this is what's happening now. It's everything that is not of a high vibration is being cleansed away, because the earth has decided she doesn't want abuse anymore. She wants to live in harmony, which is her true nature. And there is to be the golden age, which is predicted, that she has stepped into the golden age. And we, they say that this has been planned for millions of years, and we who are the light workers, or which we really all are, but on a deep level, we have been waiting for this for millions of years, and now the time has come. So it's so fascinating. So I've had an amazing, I've had a wonderful period of a lot of quiet time during this Christmas. I've been alone a lot, and have been on the internet, and been very encouraged by. It's just amazing to see that there are many people out there who know that this is true and who believe in this, that this is the new golden age that is appearing, and it is there's nothing frightening or negative about what's going on earth. No, it's quite the opposite. This is the beginning of a new time, and it is the beginning of the age of love. And the more we align to this, the more we can sense it's true. And we don't need to prove that we've been waiting for millions of years or all these numbers. We don't need to, you can just sense it, that when you lift your vibration, you sense, oh, that's right, this feels so right, this feels so true. So only the ego mind will tell you that what is going on earth is bad. Your spirit will tell you it's only good. What's going on is only good. There's nothing bad about what's going on at all. And it's just been very, very encouraging to meet these people who really they really have moved into New Earth, and they're expressing themselves on the planet and encouraging others to go this way, really like I am doing. And one of the people I found is the Reverend Michael Beckwith, who is the founder of the Agape Church, and it's Agape, the love of God, or unconditional love. AG. I'll put a link down here. So, and I've been watching his videos where he's been interviewed, and I'm not the sort of person who loves big churches and lots of loud singing and all this. It's not really my style, but his message is the same as mine, and I just think it's so wonderful. And lots of young people are interviewing him, and who can also see that this is the truth. The truth is that we are stepping out of a very, very ugly, dark way of being and into a new paradigm, a new way of being where love, truth, oneness, unity, love of all, respect for all life, respect for everything is the driving force. So you might like to go and see him talk. I think it's very, very encouraging. So many. It is just so wonderful to see that they are out there. The people who believe in this, and it just lifts. We're all lifting each other. It's just so good. So I feel so uplifted, and because this is, as I said recently, this is a path we have to take on our own, and there's no way around that. This awakening process is a process we have to go on our own. But on the way, and more as we become our true selves, we will come into these communities and togetherness and be uplifted by each other. So there are some very long, as I can sense it and I feel on my journey, there are some long periods that can be very lonely, very difficult. And where you can think, am I the only person who thinks like this? Is there really no one else who thinks like this and who lives their life like this? And you have to go through that loneliness and feel it dissolve, because you are not alone. You might not have people around you who agree with you and who you can hold hands with spiritually, but there are beings around you, many, many beings. It's all of life really is loving you. So on a spiritual level, you are never ever alone. And of course, being alone with having periods in your life where there really is no one you can hold hands with physically, makes you open your senses, your sixth sense, or your awareness to the fact that there is love all around you. There are beings all around you. And the whole spirit world is, it's all there. And because it's very important that we feel our connectedness to that. Because our spirit is really in community with all the spirit world. So those periods of loneliness we might feel are very cleansing and very important. So, but my goodness, how encouraging it is to see that there are actually many people who believe that life is new. And as I was getting the other day, live in great expectancy. So as we move forward, the past is not important, because the past was just a path to get to where you are now. It's not important that he did that and she did that and all this. And I feel with myself, I don't really remember the past very much. I don't remember it at all, really. I remember some things, but it just does not interest me anymore, because there is this enormous glowing life and all this ahead of me, which is waiting for me to engage with it. So there's this pull towards the future, and also the now, that in this very moment, the golden age is there, with all its possibilities, waiting for you to pick and choose and create. So we are the creators of this new age. And so this, I feel, that's what Michael Beckwith he brought this change in me, that to really bring my focus to what is to come, and that whatever is to come in this moment, I am creating right now. And that the higher frequency I'm in, the more I will be creating something very godlike, very divine, very healing and very beautiful for everyone around me and the world to enjoy. So we are, so this was another thing I felt I was taught in these days, how vitally important it is where you have your focus. And going back to the letting go of people in our lives, which I've talked so much about, how I realize that and I really feel it's been a fantastic process for me of letting go. I'm so much more able to let go now, because the people we were so close to, like our children and all these very close relationships, we have this feeling that the relationship should become very, very beautiful. And it is so important that we come to the point where we just let that idea completely go and realize that there are, as I've said so many times before, there are people who wish to stay in the darkness, and the quicker you remove your focus from them and bless them where they are, and bring all your energy to what is to be. The higher your vibration is, first of all, the better you feel straight away, because you're not wasting your energy. You're this amazing battery that God is charging up all the time, and she wants you to bring that energy into what you can create. And it can be just looking into the sun, into a flower, and enjoying that moment. That's all it needs to be. And imagine the difference, realize the difference of you enjoying a flower, or feeling sorry and worrying about why didn't that relationship turn out. What is the difference in the vibration? So when we bring our full attention to what is positive and what is uplifting and what is high vibrational, the more we do that, the more miracles we're bringing. We are bringing the golden age with the highest potency. The highest potency of whatever you can bring is what you're doing when you focus your attention on this new life. And let the old life go, the old people go, and trust that when you bring yourself into that high vibration, you are helping them. There's no doubt. So it's so fascinating, and you get that's what Michael Beckwith is very good at. He's so enthusiastic. You get very enthusiastic because you get charged even more. When you do that, you go to that flower and allow all your attention to go to that flower and to rejoice, knowing that you are creating love, you are creating joy in this moment. You are charging the earth with joy. And just enjoying that moment, God can charge your battery even more. So the next moment, you can create even more joy. So you get so enthusiastic because you get it's not an addiction, but you get so charged up. It's you can say you get hooked on it, but that's a low vibrational word. You don't get hooked on it because you don't hook yourself onto it. You get into the creator mode, and you sense how absolutely fulfilling and joy creating it is to be in your creator mode. And you are here to create with your exact energy. So it's so amazing. So yeah, I'm just reminded of one of you writing how my connection with God and how you enjoy to sense my connection with God. And what I just was reminded when I read that comment was, which might be helpful for you, is to really, what I'm talking about now, come into the joy. So God is like a little boy, a little playful boy, who takes your hand and says, come and let me show you this fun game. Come in, and the fun game is already in you. So whatever you love to do, that's where God is most potent in you. That is where you will sense her presence most. And it goes so much against what we've learned about all this old way of being, that you have to do this and you have to do that and you can't, all this. If you just shave all that away, throw a bomb at all that, just let that all explode, and just ask yourself, what makes me really joyful? What do I really love to do? And I've talked about this many, many times, but it is one of the most powerful things you can do. Ask yourself, what makes me really joyful? What makes me, this giggling child in me, what makes him, her laugh? And do that. Do it. Make sure you do it. And that's where God, really, you feel his embrace, and you feel, you really feel how embraced you are. So it's probably, it is one of the most powerful practices there are, I think. Allow yourself to sense what makes me joyful, and do it. So, and you'll feel God. Yeah, it becomes the upward spiral, because it just gets better and better and better and better. So it is finishing off this, it's releasing yourself from all these old mind, all these lies, and allowing yourself the joy of life. And realizing that is where your creator power is. So when you get, the more you spend time in your life in that joyful zone, becoming charged, which you will feel, your battery is becoming charged when you go there and do that, the more you'll sense, oh, this is what I love to create. And it can be anything, as I said. It can be, for the first many years, it can be that what you're here in this very moment in your life to create is the feeling of joy, of doing what you love to do. That can be it. So that is a creation. And if there's something the world needs right now, more than ever before, is people feeling this deep inner joy, right where they are, and focusing all their attention on that. Okay, so I'm going to finish now and send you all my love where you are in this world. Saying goodbye to an old year in the time, in our time mindset. We have moved into a new year, and really every day is a new day. So I wish for you that you sense this, some of the things I've talked about, that there really is only good, and to have this enormous expectancy that whatever is to come, it's getting better and better and better. And you are the bringer of all that goodness. So have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I send you all my love, and I thank you for being there, and I thank you for everything you share. See you.